Hello friends, good morning. I am Amir Nizami and today we are going to study shear force and bending moment. So let's start with it. So first of all, we see how shear force and bending moment at a section is studied. So we know that it is a beam here, a simply supported beam with one end hinged and another end roller, and a UDL distributed load is acting here of intensity Q, or we can say that the length of the distributed load Q is LQ. Okay, and the distance from where it is starting distributed load is at a distance L1 from A, and a concentrated load P is acting here. So we are taking a general case to understand the shear force at any section and bending moment at any section. So we know that the load here, distributed load acting at this section, a concentrated load on this beam is acting at this point. So we can understand that the shear force is varying with respect to x. If we say that we are taking the coordinate x at here as 0, so if we take x is equals to 0 at this point, then x would vary from this place to x equals to total length L at this place B. Okay, so we know that our coordinate is varying, the distributed load and concentrated load, different loads are acting on at that section of the beam. So at each and every point of this beam the load is varying, so we have to find a shear force at any section, the critical load where the beam may fail, so that we can design safely to with respect to the maximum load acting on it. Okay, so we find the shear force and the bending moment in that respect to make the beam safer for the load acting on it, the critical load acting on it. Now hinge support, we know that there are two reactions, horizontal reactions and the vertical reactions would be developed, and roller support only one vertical reactions would be there, and this load is Q, we already know. Okay, and this is AY and BY reactions, vertical reactions, and AX is the horizontal reactions here. Now sign convention for the shear force. So it is a section, means we are cutting the beam. Okay, so we are just cutting the beam and we are just looking here the forces here, shear forces here. So at any section, if we cut any section, we must have a sign convention that if the load is acting in the downward direction, just right side of the section, and left side of the section it is upward, then the shear force sign would be negative. It's our consideration, it may vary by the authors. Okay, but we will consider this sign convention. And the section XX, right side is upward and left side is downward, we are considering that shear force is positive. Okay, and for the bending moment we are just making section XX, and if it bends in such a manner that it is just like this, means the beam is there and load is acting like this, then it would cause it hogging. Hog, it is called this shape of the beam due to this load, it will just make it in this shape, hog. So it, we are considering it negative, it is called hogging. And if the beam is there and the load is acting in such a manner, then it will make it like this, so it would be positive, we are considering it positive, and it is called sagging. Okay, so here we have seen that bending moment is negative and bending moment Sign convention is positive for this. Now shear force at any section XX. If we have to calculate the shear force at this section XX, how we will calculate? So first we should know the definition of the shear force at any section. So shear force at any section XX is sum of all the transverse forces. Sum of all the transverse forces means this is a transverse force AY. AX is not a transverse force. Q is a distributed load which is transverse to the beam, but it is distributed right now. For making it equivalent to a concentrated or a shear load, what we have to do, we have to make it multiply with the length of that, Q into LQ. So then this load would also act as a shear force. So transverse forces acting on the beam. Shear force at any section is sum of all the transverse forces. So first of all, this force means S of XX equals to AY, this force, and another transverse load is this QL. So QL. So it is sum. We are just adding two forces, transverse forces of the beam, either left hand side or right hand side of the section. So right now we are just looking for the left hand side of the section. So we are seeing this load. Now why we are getting this sign negative here? So we are getting this negative sign as we have just now seen the convention of the beam here, that if the section in such a manner that left side of the section, if you are taking left hand side of the section LHS and the load is acting upward, then it is negative. Okay, and if the section left hand side is acting downward, force is acting downward to the section, then we will take it positive. So here at this point we are saying that AY is acting upward. AY is acting upward, so therefore it is negative, and this Q of L is acting downward, so it is positive. So the sign convention negative and positive is clear now. Now shear force at any section XX for the right hand side. For this section from right side we are just looking. So what would be the transverse? It would be the transverse sum of all the transverse force. So one transverse force is By. So one of the force is By, and it is positive sign because it is the section. It is a section, and the load is acting in the upward direction. So therefore it is positive. And now another transverse force is P. So another transverse force is P, but to the section it is acting in the right side of the section, is acting in the downward direction. So therefore it is negative. So this shear force either from left side or right side, both is same. So we know that shear force acting on the left hand side or right hand side of the section is equal. So it is the shear force at any section we have seen. Now we will see the bending moment at any section XX. So what is bending moment? It is a sum of all the moments acting on the beam, either left hand side or right hand side of the section XX. So this, if we cut any section 1 and if we want to find out the moment at this section is at this section here, so what we have to do, we have to multiply this force is transverse force, and transverse force multiplied by this distance. And what is the distance of this section? So we are considering this section is at a distance x from A. Okay, so the section would vary up to this point where it is, we can say this section is xx at anyhow. Right now we will say this xx. Okay, suppose it is xx, because first section we should choose here. and then second section we are choosing here. So let's choose a section xx at a distance x. So ay multiplied by distance x, so ay into x, this is the shear force acting, multiplied by the distance would make a moment, so ay into x, and another transverse force would be q multiplied by lq, and then the distance of this to this section here. So we are seeing here at this point that moment at 1 1 would be ay into x minus q into lq is the transverse force multiplied by x minus l1 minus lq by 2. Okay, so from this figure we can see that l by 2 is the total distance and lq is this distance, and l1 is this distance. So l by 2 minus l1, and then x minus l1 minus lq by 2. So this is the distance we are multiplying with the distributed load with multiplying lq, so we will get the moment here with the left hand side, and the right hand side by into l minus x, you can see by into l minus x, because it is x and total length is l, total length is l, to l minus x would be this distance from here to here, so by into l minus x, and this would be p into l by 2 minus x. Okay, because it is at a distance l by 2 from both sides, so l by 2 minus x. Moment at 1 1 on the right side is b by l minus x minus p into l by 2 minus x. Shear force and bending moment diagram. Shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. So first case, let us see a load P is acting at the mid of the span. It is A and it is B. Okay, so we have to find the shear force and bending moment diagram for this beam. So now let us start. First we have to find the reactions. So step 1, find reactions of the beam. Reactions beam. Of the beam. So what would be the reactions here? How we will find the reactions? So we are having equilibrium equation. First we will see whether it is a determinate structure or not. We know that determinate structure. The determinate structures are those which can be solved by equilibrium equations. Which can be solved by equilibrium equations. Its number of equations and number of unknowns are equal. Okay, so here it would be one vertical reactions, one horizontal, and here one vertical. So 1 2 3 reactions, and equilibrium equations we are knowing that for 2D beam there is 3 equilibrium equations. So number of equations equals to number of unknowns. So therefore determinant of structure, this is the determinant of structure which can be solved by using equilibrium equations. So equilibrium equations we know, sum of all the forces along x should be equal to 0 if we take positive sign in the right direction. In the vertical direction, if we take positive, of all the forces along y direction is equals to 0, and summation of moment about any point equals to 0 if we take anti-clockwise as positive. Okay, so in the next, this is sorry, so we will make the free body diagram. AY, AX and BY, and this is a force P acting at a distance L by 2, and also here L by 2, and total length is L. Therefore now sum of all the force along horizontal direction, if we consider right side as positive, therefore force AX is the horizontal force, and any another horizontal force is there? Is there any another horizontal force? So no. So AX equals to 0. We got the value of AX is 0. Means no horizontal reaction will develop because there is no horizontal force acting on the beam. Okay. Now summation of force along Y is equals to 0, and we consider the upward positive is 0. Why we are telling that equilibrium equations, all the summation of all the forces along x should be 0, this 0, because if we will look the beam, so beam must not move in the horizontal direction, it should be at a static equilibrium. So we can see that the beam is at a static equilibrium, it is not moving horizontal direction. Now if we see the forces in the vertical direction, that should also be summation of all the forces should be 0. So any load acting on this beam, the beam should not move upward or downward. So beam is at its static position. So therefore we will say that any force acting on beam, the beam is at equilibrium, so that would be 0. So now vertical forces, AY, it is the force and it is acting upward direction. So we will just make AY plus, this is the force By, it is also acting in the vertical direction, and this is a force P acting in the downward direction, so minus P. That any another vertical forces? No. So sum of all these force should be equals to 0. So from here we can see that AY plus By is equals to P. Now the third equilibrium equation is what? Summation of all the moment about any point. So suppose we are taking the points A, moment about A should be 0. So we will take anti-clockwise direction, the moment is positive. Therefore we will take the moment about this point A. Okay, so this vertical transverse force will give a moment about A. What would be the moment? Moment would be By multiplied by L length. So force into distance is the moment, and this moment will act in this manner, that By will rotate about this point in anti-clockwise direction. So this would be positive. Now this force about this point, it will move in the downward direction, so it will rotate in this manner. So therefore it will rotate about the clockwise direction, therefore it would be negative. So minus of P into what is the distance, L by 2, and any force passing through the same point would give the 0 moment. therefore it would be 0. So therefore By into L would be equals to P into L by 2. L would get cancelled out. By equals to P by 2. So By equals to P by 2 and Ay plus By is equals to P. So Ay would be equals to P minus P by 2 would also be equals to P by 2. Okay. So now we found the reactions. This is P by 2, this is P by 2, and this force was acting P at a distance L by 2 from both sides. And the whole distance was L. Okay. So and this was 0, so we not needed to show any forces 0. So we will not show it here. No need to show the horizontal forces, that no reactions will be developed there. Now we have to find the shear force and bending moment right now. So for this simply supported beam, sorry, it is P by 2, it is P by 2, it is P. So we choose a section 1 1 at a distance x. Okay, we choose a section 1 1 at a distance x. So if we cut this section, suppose if we isolate this section, this left side, which is P by 2 at this point, and the section is cut here. So here shear force must have been generated at this point, which we suppose that okay, it is V, or we can say that a shear force, okay, that's V, and a moment would also be developed here. Let's take that moment as M at this section. Okay, so similarly in the right side also a shear force would develop in the opposite, so that the sum would be 0, and it is anti-clockwise moments, therefore our moment would be in the clockwise direction also developed, and here it would be P and P by 2. So from left side of the section or right hand side of the section, if you calculate from this side or this side, at this section if you will cut, we will get the same forces and same moments here. Okay, so we here find out the shear force at this section. What would be the shear force? So let us find shear force at this section 1 1. So we remember the sign convention here. It was negative, and it was positive. It was a section, any section. So if the force shear force acting left side of the section in the upward direction, then negative. So we will say here the force is acting in the to minus of P by 2. Okay, it is a force. and any another force, it is because shear force at any section is sum of all the transverse forces. So before this section, because we are calculating from left hand side, so is there any force acting? No, no other forces except P by 2. So their shear force within this section 1 1 would be minus P by 2. And what would be the section length? So variation of this section. So for this section 1 1, x belongs to from where 0 to up to this point, which is L by 2, 0 to L by 2. The section will vary. Okay, and now shear force at section 2 2, or we can say that we will find out here the moments at section 1 1 from left hand side would be equals to moment. What would be the moment here? Transverse force multiplied by the distance to that section. So P by 2 into x, and sign convention of the moment, we remember that any section, if it produce in this manner, then it is positive. So we will see that P by 2 will generate a moment like this for this section. So this would be positive. So plus P by 2 into x. Okay. Now, so this section 1 1 is over. Now we can also choose a second section at this place 2 2. Okay. So this would be just symmetry of this. So from this point to this point, so we can also find. Sorry, it is P here. P by 2, P by 2, section 2 2, L by 2 from here. So the distance if we take from x from here at this position, so shear force at section 2 2 would be sum of all the transverse forces acting on the beam either left or right hand side of the section. So left hand side, it is upward, so it is minus of P by 2. Okay, and this shear force is downward for this section 2 2. So this would be plus P. So therefore the net shear force would be P by 2, and bending moment at this section 2 2, it would be the sum of all the moments acting on the beam either left or right hand side of the section. So we will see. So if we are calculating left hand side, so it would be P by 2 into distance x, and x would vary from L by 2 to L here. Okay, now any another force, this is the transverse force, so it would also make a moment for this section. What would be this? Minus of, because it would just cause a hogging moment for this beam. It has caused sagging moment for this section, minus P into x minus L by 2, because x is up to this section and L by 2 is up to this section. So x minus L by 2 would be this distance. Okay, so now we can make the shear force and bending moment diagram from here. So we are having the results here. that shear force we can see here at section 11, where section 11 is varying from 0 to L by 2. Section 11 is varying from 0 to L by 2, but shear force we are seeing that it is a constant. It's not varying with the distance. So shear force for this beam, the shear force would be a constant varying from starting from 0 to L by 2 with a magnitude of P by 2. Okay, so now we will just draw the shear force diagram. So P load P by 2 P by 2. Now we will draw the shear force diagram for this beam. So minus shear force at section 11, and section 1 was here, varying from this point 0 to L by 2. Anywhere in this, it was the section 1 we can take the section here 1 1, this 1. So within this region 0 to L by 2, this was the section 1 1, and then L by 2 to L, the section was 2 2. Okay, so within this section shear force 1 1, we have found out that it was, here we have seen shear force 1 1 was minus P by 2, minus P by 2. So we will make here, we will take the consideration as negative would be in the downward direction, so we are just considering minus P by 2 of this magnitude. There is some error, I'm sorry for this. Yes, so minus of P by 2, so we are taking the magnitude P by 2 and direction minus in the downward direction, and the shear force we will see here for the section 2 2. So we found out that it is plus P by 2 for the section 2 2. So in the right hand side we will go, and that's P by 2, we will just take positive upward direction. So from section 2 2 will vary from this region to this region, so we will make plus 2 2, and here it will join this. So this magnitude P by 2 and this magnitude total would be the magnitude P, which is shown here, that a jump would be there of a magnitude P, and here it is P by 2 with the minus sign we are showing, it is the plus sign. So this is the shear force diagram. This is called the shear force diagram of the beam, that the force was P by 2 within the span, and it was constant. It was, shear force was constant with the magnitude P by 2, it was not varying with the distance. So here also the shear force was constant with a magnitude of P by 2 here also, and it was constant from L by 2 to L. Okay, now we will draw the bending moment diagram for this beam. It is P by 2, P by 2, and for the section 1 1 we have seen what was the bending moment, P by 2 into X, and it was positive, it was positive sign, and X. So now P by 2 into X, and X is varying, X is varying from 0 to L by 2 for section 1 1, and for section 2 2 X is varying L by 2 to L. So it is A, it is B, and at X equals to 0 we will get bending moment at A, and that would be 0. So we will draw a bending moment diagram here. We will draw a bending moment diagram here. So at x, if we will put bending moment diagram, bending moment at section 11 was p into, you have just seen here, what was that? Let's see, p by 2 into x. So just make p by 2 into x. So if you will put the value of x, that would be 0. At x equals to 0, bending moment is 0, and at x equals to, we can say at x is equals to 0, bending moment we will get at point A would be equals to p by 2 into 0 would be 0, and at x equals to L by 2, sorry, bending moment at point, we can say that C would be equals to p by 2, I think here space is less, is equals to p by 2 into L by 2 would be equal to PL by 4. I have written here for this. Okay, so it would be PL by 4 at this point, and hence P by 2 into X. So it is varying with X is having a first order, yani it is linear. We can say that it's linear. So linear variation. So at X equals to 0, 0, and at X equals to L by 2, it is, the magnitude is PL by 4. So it would be, the magnitude at this point would be PL by 4. And similarly, we will find for the section 2 too. Here it's given p by 2 into x and minus p into x minus L by 2. So we can also solve it here for ease. P x by 2 minus px minus minus plus pl by 2. So px by 2 minus px, then it would be minus px by 2 plus pl by 2. So at x equals to, at this position, if you want to find out, so at x equals to L, it would be minus PL by 2 plus PL by 2, that would be equals to 0. So now it's a triangular shape with a magnitude at the maximum at the midpoint, which is equals to PL by 4. So it is bending moment diagram for this simply supported beam carrying a concentrated load. So here we have seen the shear force and bending moment diagram in this lecture, and now we will make a code of in MATLAB for this problem. Thank you.